made the mistake too. The first the first one I did, I had it where the recordings, all you see is the dude and me in the little corner. I was like, fuck, man,
Yeah.
I still got to post it because I told the guy I would, but I was like, damn it, there's no way to change it. You know?
Right. I did. Yeah. I was looking online before we jumped on here trying to figure it out. And I was getting confused, but yeah, it looks good now. Cool. Thanks, man.
All right. Yeah, no problem. You just getting used to the Zoom thing?
Yeah.
Where
Like this is a whole new world to me, kind of, it's computers and
were you doing stuff in person before this whole craziness or what?
no, I just started this podcast like maybe 2 months ago.
Oh, right. Congratulations,
So
dude.
yeah, thank you, man. Thank you.
Yeah. Mine, I really blew it up in March, April last year.
Okay.
I was doing some stuff with it prior, but it wasn't really not doing much with anything because the way I started mine was I just fucking started it.
Right.
I didn't do any research. I was like, you know what? I got a good idea. Let's put this together. I bought some shit on Amazon.
Dude.
What's that?
Dude, seriously, like that's the exact same way like I started it. Like
Yeah.
just like I got some stuff on Amazon and I got some stuff off my buddy and I was like, I guess I'm starting a podcast,
Yep. And then I invited some friends over to spit in the mic, and the first like 5 or 6 episodes were a fucking disaster, dude.
Right.
Oh, I go back and listen to them now and go, but sure. What I was planning on doing was, because I'm a serial listener,
mm-hmm.
So if I find a show I like, man, I go all the way back to the beginning. I listen to them all.
Right.
And so I said, you know what, my quote unquote little business plan that I had, I said, I'll put 25 episodes together. I'll put it on a platform, which was SoundCloud, and I made it difficult to find. And I put 25 episodes out. By that time, I had my website and YouTube channel and all that other shit going. And then I put it on Libsyn, I think March or April last year. April last year, I put it on Libsyn, and of course it goes to every platform that I have.
Right.
So, what are you using for your RSS feed? Where are you putting your episodes?
YouTube. I'm gonna upload it to Anchor, which will send it to Spotify, and all the big ones,
Yep.
So between that and then my Facebook page, I put clips here and there, and I have a Facebook page for the podcast itself. But go ahead. Sorry.
What I found out too might help save you some time and aggravation. I had zero luck with my podcast Facebook page. Zero. No traffic at all. And I worked my ass off with it. But then I was listening to some podcast, and a guy was on there and said, if you have a business, which we do, right? Technically it's a business, make a group and put all your energy into that, because Facebook's algorithm is going to be concentrating on groups more than anything.
I see.
Business. And eventually, they're going to do things to market you and all that. But I mean, that's besides the point.
Right, for sure.
Yeah. And then you on Instagram too?
Yeah, I'm on Instagram as well. I mean, I don't do too much on there. I post a lot of I'm a self-proclaimed amateur photographer, nature photographer, cool. So I'll put some pictures up on there once in a while, but not too much to do with like the podcast itself. My YouTube channel is called Swordfire X5. I'm Swordfire X5. It's just kind of like, I don't know, man. It's like
I was going to say, how'd you end up with that name?
Oh, it started off like everything else, where cool names come from, as an email when I was like 14 years old.
Oh, was it Hotmail? No. What was before that?
Oh man, I'm 30, so it was like, I don't know. I think it was Gmail. I think it was a Gmail.
Still Gmail?
Yeah, when Gmail first came out, I remember when Gmail first was like released. But
so you didn't have the pleasure of doing the old.
Oh, now don't be fooled, man. I did, because
did you?
I I grew up out in the boonies, man, and you know, we had dial up growing up out there. They had dial. My parents had dial up right up until like, you know, maybe 6, 7 years ago or something like that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, dude, it was you know, the good old days where you couldn't make a phone call if somebody was, you know, online.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, get off the phone. I'm trying to rent a movie.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. But I was checking out your website, man. Very well put together website, dude. You know,
Oh, thanks, buddy.
yeah, man. I was like navigating, and I was like, wow, this is really a really cool website you got set up.
Did you check out the merchandise
I
too?
did. I was checking out the merch store that you have on there. That's pretty cool, man. I like
All
that.
right, cool. Thanks, dude. That I built the website through Squarespace. If you could probably see that. Uh,
Was it pretty easy to do, or was it?
yeah,
Yeah,
I am not a website guy,
yeah,
but if you can drag and drop, and I picked a template that was a little more. That's not. This is that's Gen 2. My first website was extremely rudimentary. There was hardly, it just looked like a fifth grader did it.
right.
And I was like, man, it's not gonna work. I mean, your website's kind of like your uh, what do they call that back in the old days when you hang a shingle out in front of your building? You know,
Yeah,
that's the first thing that people see. And I was like, you know what? And I got a buddy that works at Squarespace, and I asked him, and then I hired him for a couple hours one night, and he helped me just tune it up a little bit. He's like, we got on the phone. He's like, dude, we don't need to do much. What can I help you with? He goes, this thing's great. You
yeah,
did all this? And I was like, yeah, thanks, dude. Got a lot of hours in it.
yeah. It
It
looks good
takes,
though, man. It's
thanks, man.
yeah.
Uh, what I like about it is the video that pops up. Uh, I don't know if you looked at it on your phone or a desktop.
I was looking on
Sometimes,
this one.
did the video pop
I
up when
don't
we
think
try?
so. No.
So like when you first open it,
Oh, you know what? Yes, it did. Yes, it
yeah,
did.
with me,
Yep.
yeah. Sometimes on a phone, depending on the browser you're using, it doesn't work. And then I used a service called Teespring to start my merch because I just wanted to get it going.
Right.
And I was extremely unhappy with those guys. So
Really?
yeah, it's cool if you're gonna have like 4 designs and offer like t-shirts,
Yeah.
hoodies, and a mug, and that's it.
Hmm.
That's what you want to do. Great, dude. But I was like, I need more than that. So I ended up with Printful, but then I use Shopify for my e-commerce.
Okay.
And the reason I did that is it's completely scalable. Now I can, because I have bigger plans for it. Uh, Now I can go from selling 2 t-shirts to it's endless. Shopify and Printful can do any volume of any kind.
Right.
Um,
Or if that's
and
similar to like Bond, because I set up one Swordfire X5 merch store through Bonfire with some t-shirts I kind of designed. This one I'm wearing, you know, I kind of designed it. And
nice, dude.
yeah,
We should swap some shirts, man.
heck yeah, man. I'd be totally down with that for sure.
Cool, cool.
I would, yeah, I'd totally be down with that.
Yep, I'll jump on there and I'll tell you which one, and then jump on mine. Tell me which one. But the I'm doing some new designs, and when they're up, I'll tell you.
Okay,
And
sweet.
then jump on
Yeah.
there. Tell me which one you want, and then I'll send it to you.
Awesome, man.
Yeah, I love doing t-shirt swaps, dude.
Heck yeah, dude. Me too.
Yeah,
You know, I'm all about that stuff.
yeah.
So,
What are you looking to put on them? Like, what's your go-to?
what do you mean?
Like your shirts, like what's your passion to put on them?
You
What
know,
do you?
like I've come up with a couple different designs I was working on. One's like a tree of life, sort of. It's got like a tree of life symbol on the top, and then I kind of put some roots on there with a heart chakra symbol in the center, and that says
Oh,
Sword Fire X5 on the back. And then
nice.
there's like a Buddha with like the 7 chakras, different colors, kind of in the center of him. Yeah, just a couple different ones, you know.
That's cool, dude.
Yeah,
Love it.
conversations
Love
with
it.
Kenny, one with just a mic, just a simple one, you know.
Yep.
So
Yep.
a couple different things, man. But
Was that the UFO one or something you got?
yeah,
Was
this
that the
is
one
the
you're
UF.
wearing?
Yeah, it's a
Ah,
UFO
that's the
one.
one. I gotta go with
Yeah,
that, dude. I
yeah,
love
dude.
UFO shit.
Yeah, I do too, man. You know, have you ever seen a UFO? Have you ever, you know?
Nah, I
No,
had I had the only nah, nah. I mean, I've had some like crazy, easiest way to explain it, ghost stories happen to me.
right,
But nothing like extraterrestrial. I think the universe fucking fascinates me, dude.
dude.
It's
Isn't it
Oh,
crazy?
oh, dude, I put a post up the other day. I was like, yeah, I'm sitting here at my desk writing this. Well, we spent 1,000 miles an hour going 67,000 miles an hour through space, circling a fireball that's like 350,000 times bigger than us.
No
What the
doubt.
fuck?
Yeah, I know for sure, man. It's crazy.
And I'm worried about if my water's warm or cold when I'm drinking it.
No doubt.
Jeez.
It-
What's your favorite thing about space, dude?
oh man, I'm big into astrology.
Okay.
There's not astronomy. I mean, I do love astronomy too, but I like astrology as well. Kind of the spiritual part of that. But space, just like stargazing, dude, going out and like staring at the sky and connecting with the universe, man. Like I love all
Yep.
that.
The coolest time I had with that, because I enjoy that as well. My wife and I, our honeymoon, we went from England to New York on the Queen Mary 2, the cruise ship. Took
Huh.
7 days to get across the Atlantic.
No
And
kidding.
yeah, and at nighttime, you're just like,
I was gonna say there's probably no light pollution out there
no,
where it's probably just like
zero. Yeah,
that would be awesome.
it's amazing, dude. It's amazing.
That would
So
be
I
great.
agree with you there. You're just like staring at it, and even during the day, you stare out at the ocean, and you could just stare at it. Seems like forever. There's nothing to look at, but it's amazing. You're just
It
like,
is.
this is amazing. I'm
It
just
really,
this little piece of sand.
yeah, for sure, man.
Yeah.
It is. It's definitely fascinating. I live up here right along Lake Erie here in Pennsylvania.
Oh, you're not too far from me then.
Where are you from? Whereabouts are you from?
I'm in pretty much middle New Jersey.
Okay. I've
Yep,
been to New
Montclair.
Jersey one time. One time.
Oh, I'm sorry, buddy.
Yeah. Yeah.
What
But go
you
ahead.
got you out in the boonies where you can see shit or what?
Yeah, I've seen some shit. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've
Oh
seen some
yeah.
stuff, man. I'll tell you what, there's a lot of strange activity as far as like UFOs go over Lake Erie. There's
Well, I can
some
imagine. Yeah.
weird stuff going on over the lake, man.
You see like a lot of lights and everything
A
at
lot of
night.
orbs and stuff. Yeah, last year we had that. I can't remember the name of that comet that came. It came over the summer. You could see it for like a week and a half. Do you remember the name of it?
Well,
I
I
can't.
remember it. I remember it going on, but I don't
Yeah.
remember the name. And
Well, I was down at the lake, man, checking that thing out, and there was orbs and just weird stuff going on all over the place, man. I had the
No
telescope
shit.
zoomed in on that comet, and I could see behind it just like light after light crossing in front of it. Like just it was wild, man. Yeah, just
You didn't record it?
I that's the thing, man. I can't, like my camera doesn't pick it up. Like that
Yeah. Yeah.
nighttime, you know.
Yep. Yep. Now, what is it? I like old. God, what do you want to call it? Like murder stuff,
Like
basically. You ever hear of a podcast called Last Podcast on the Left?
I don't think so now.
You want to look that up, dude.
I'll have to check it out.
Hands down, that's my top podcast, dude. Love
Really?
those. Oh, it's amazing. And they take cults and serial killers, and they like go real deep into what they're all about.
Yeah.
But it's on a comical level. Like there's three dudes. One does like voices and is an actor. One does all the research, and then they got one guy that has no idea what they're talking about.
Right.
And it just it works, man. And it's a lot of fun to listen to. And they do a ton of alien stuff and all that. So
I love all that,
yeah,
dude.
yeah,
I'm
check
into
those
that
guys
stuff.
out. But they what was that, Hellbop or whatever with Heaven's Gate? You ever hear that cult back in the day, Heaven's Gate?
I don't think so. No.
So Hellbop Comet, I think that was like in the 70s. And there was a cult that said there was a spaceship coming behind Hellbop. And if we all commit suicide as the comet's going across, we'll all be taken up to the ship and leave Earth.
Interesting. Interesting.
Yeah, so they get really deep into that stuff. Like,
Wow.
yeah, like the cult leader from when he was a kid, how he ends up being that way, and it's multiple parts per series, and they do a really good job of it too.
That's nuts.
So I think you'd enjoy that. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, check those guys out.
I think one of my favorite podcasts is Tinfoil Hat with Sam Tripoli. I don't know if you've heard of that one.
Oh, hold on, I gotta write that down.
Oh man, it's
Tinfoil
good.
Hat. Same type of thing, like with
It's
aliens and
it's like a conspiracy. Yeah, dude. He has a lot of fascinating guests on that get into the paranormal stuff. They get into some spiritual stuff sometimes. He's had a few guests on that talk about like the Akashic records. I don't know if you've heard of that or not.
no,
That's the Akashic records is like it's like a realm of consciousness that anybody can tap into through meditation and stuff to get answers and things like that. And
okay,
yeah, he had a prepper on there the other day talking about off-grid living and healthy food. Just really neat stuff, man. You have to check it out. I think you'd be into it.
that's right up my alley. I like listening to that stuff.
Dude, I
Did you
love
did
it.
you watch Doomsday Prepper back in the day?
I watched a couple episodes of it, you know what I mean? But the problem I have with TV like that, dude, the reality TV is just, I feel like this right here is what people are gravitating towards because people are just so sick and tired of scripted shit, dude. Like,
well,
like
it's
entertainment.
reality.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
fuck outta here.
right. But it's just like the whole scripted thing. People I think are over it and they're like, because I didn't prepare for this at all. Literally, dude. Like 10 minutes before we did this conversation, I was checking out your website. I was like, okay.
Yep. I do the same thing because my idea behind all that is it should be like I told one guy, he goes, "What do I do to prepare?" And I go, "Nothing." He's like, "What are we going to talk about?" I go, "Whatever comes up." I go, "Imagine if you came into a bar and sat next to me at the bar and we just started a conversation. Did you prepare for that?" He's like, "No." I go, "Same thing." He's like, "I had a 45-minute drive here," and he's like, "I was racking my brain what I'm going to talk about." And then we go through like an hour and a half, almost 2 hours. And I go, "Do we hit on anything that you thought?" And he's like, "Nope." I go, "That's the whole point, dude. Just start talking."
Right. Just
You
start
know?
talking.
Yeah.
That's why I call my podcast Conversations with Kenny, because that's what I kind of want to do. I just want to have like a conversation with people, and just
Yeah.
about whatever. It doesn't have to be about anything. You know what I mean? Really, it could
Yep.
just be whatever. And, I think when first starting out, definitely really nervous, like trying to nail the introduction correctly and the opening. And it put a lot of pressure on it versus like we just did. We just jumped into it. And that
Now,
definitely
did you
sets the tone for the whole thing to kind of,
just let it go, man?
yeah, just let it go, dude.
If it, when you listen to some of mine, they get up, go to the bathroom. You can hear my wife cooking in the background. You hear clicks and pops and people banging glasses, and that's life, dude.
Yep,
And
that's
that's
like,
real.
yep.
Have you listened to any mine? How I do the intros and stuff?
I started to, yeah, before we were
Jumped
on.
on.
Yeah.
That's so like what I do is I have some intro music, and I do a little advertisement stuff in the beginning,
Hmm.
and then the intro music, and then that fades and it goes right into the conversation like you walked into the room when
Right.
you're listening to it. It's not like, okay, so here I am sitting down with Kenny and
Yeah.
Kenny, how are you? And it's like, what the fuck? I don't want to hear that, dude.
For sure, man. And that's the way I'm kind of doing it now is, I created a little introduction that has a spaceship on it with some music and Swordfire X5 just kind of pops up and then it fades out and it's going to go right into the conversation.
Awesome.
Like you said, just kind of, yeah, man, the whole
Yeah,
introduction thing is like,
well, it's like all
pressure
that.
on it.
Yeah, and it's all that fake. Even when I listen to some of these bigger podcasts,
Yeah.
I'm like, that is just so overproduced. And there's a place and a time, and people. I have a buddy that does a podcast for the not Civil War. Yeah, Gettysburg
Okay.
over in Pennsylvania, or down over whatever
Yeah.
in Pennsylvania. And a couple of he does some different things with them, and a couple of his are crazily produced, and he does a really good job.
Yeah.
That's just, I don't have fucking time for that,
Dude, that's why I am, like,
I barely got time to do a unedited version.
right.
So,
For sure, man.
yeah, and that's like you were saying. I didn't prepare for this. Of course, I knew I was coming on, and right before I jumped on, I was changing a diaper with my son, and then I come running over here and went click. Hey,
That's funny, man.
Yeah.
I was painting earlier today and I did a video for my YouTube channel, a painting with Kenny, Earth Day edition,
Mm.
because it is Earth Day today. And that's been kind of my day, just kind of relaxing and hanging out, man. And I love it. I don't know if you get into doing arts at all too much, or if you're anything like that, but
Yeah, this is my creative outlet. I owned a video
nice.
photo production company for a lot of years. So I was the business side of it, but I was able to do a lot of crazy creative stuff. And I didn't know that when I moved on from that, once that got taken away, I was like, I need to make something,
Right.
you know. Um, I can't, if I drew a cat, you wouldn't be able to identify that it's a cat. So like drawing and all that, but this is my creative outlet. And then like my merch store, you saw that, and creating a website. Hell, man, most of the reason I created that, most of my merch, is because I can do it and I'm being creative.
Right.
And other than that, as the sayings, the Waltisms, I just put those on because that's the shit I say all the time.
Right.
The shit ain't gonna lift itself, dude. I say that so much to everything. People are like, I gotta go to work and do this, this, and this. Well, shit ain't gonna lift itself, man. If you don't
Right.
do it, nobody's gonna do it.
That's true.
Yeah, obviously it originated in the gym. I like being in the gym, but it got to be where you could use it for any aspect, like you're painting or mowing the lawn or doing the dishes or anything.
Right.
No, it ain't gonna do itself. So that's where that comes in. But then the other stuff, like what you were saying on your show, my tagline is everybody knows something you don't.
Right.
So why don't we sit down and have a conversation? And on my show, I don't talk about politics or religion
Right.
because that's just,
Those are two things that, for
man,
sure, man.
yeah. And I'll have a conversation with somebody like offline, or if I come on their show and they're like, hey, you want to talk about it? But man, you got to hear my side of it.
Right.
Not get all fucking bent out of shape
That's
if I
the
say
thing.
something that you don't agree with.
For sure, dude. I completely get that, and those are topics I think that people are just like burned out from hearing. Like nobody wants to hear, two guys biased opinions about, something that, I don't know, man,
Yeah,
they're like you said,
that tennis shoe is green. No, it's brown. No, it's green. It's brown. It's green.
for sure.
You hate your mother. What the fuck? Where did that come from? Yeah, I don't need to have that.
Yeah.
I had one guy, he wanted to come on, and I told him, I go, no politics or religion. He goes, what are we going to talk about? I was like, dude, do you know how much stuff there is to talk about? And then people come on, they're like, I don't know what I'm going to talk about for a while.
Right.
And then like an hour and a half, I'm like, I got to shut you the fuck up, dude. You've been talking way too long. And they're like, whoa, this was so much fun. Conversation, man. We're built to hang out and talk about stuff.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely a neat way of connecting, you know what I mean, doing this too. I love it. I love it, man.
Shit, dude, I never even knew you existed till the other day.
I know. Same here, man.
Right? Now, what were you just flipping through that? What is it?
Matchmaker.fm. Yeah. Yeah. And I was trying to find guests, and, I just found that from a Google search, podcast guests, try to find people to come on the show.
Yep.
And I think your tag for extraterrestrial life popped up. I was like reading your profile. I was like, oh, this dude seems pretty cool. Yeah. Message.
Well, the way I look at that stuff is okay, so we got our star, right? The sun.
Right.
There's all these other stars out there. There's all these other planets. You got to be pretty fucked up if you don't think there's some kind of other life out there.
Dude, I agree.
Come on. No,
for sure.
There can't be intelligent life. What? You think you're intelligent? Stop. You're 450,000. You're 450,000 years old, sitting on a planet that's 4 billion years old.
I know. It is pretty crazy, man. It is pretty crazy. Have you ever heard the flat Earth theory?
Well, I've never. Of course, I know of it, right?
Yeah.
I've never talked to anybody about it. Are you a flat earther?
I am not. No, but
damn it! I was hoping to get.
I've heard some people that have talked about the flat Earth theory, and I'll tell you what, man. They make some valid points on that argument, but I just can't.
I can't wrap my head around that one.
It's hard to wrap your head around. But if you think about it, though, dude, like if there's an ultimate like exit the matrix full conspiracy, like you can't go any more conspiracy, it's definitely flat earth. Like
What about Hollow Earth then?
I've heard of hollow earth too, and I think there's some truth to that, honestly. Like
I think there's got to be something with that. The flat Earth, I can't. I'll listen to you, dude. If you're,
right, it's a
I'll
lot
listen.
to
Yeah, I'll listen to it and be like, okay, I do, I get your point,
right.
but nah, I can't get around
I
that.
think their basis of argument is pretty much that everything is everything we've been taught is complete bull crap. Like right down to like dinosaur bones. Supposedly, like all dinosaur bones in museums are fakes, and people aren't allowed to see the real ones. And I searched it, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. Like they're like. I've heard interviews with guys who are like, are dinosaurs even real? Were they ever even real? How do we know? Because all the bones in the museums are fake. It's like, huh, he's got a good point.
Yeah, but okay. So my
you
thought,
know?
my first thought of that is, who the fuck has all the time to hide all that and put that together?
Yeah, man, I don't know. I don't
That's a
know.
lot of work.
It is a lot of work, dude. So I don't
Oh,
know, but it's wild.
yeah,
So I'm
yeah.
on the round Earth. I'm still on the round Earth team. You know what I mean? And that we're going around the sun and all that good stuff. So
I was watching a documentary, not documentary, but a show on Netflix. They have great shows about the universe. So I clicked
oh
them on.
yeah,
And yeah, I love them.
oh, I do too.
This one lady, and I can't remember which one it was. She made such she made two amazing points that apparently they found a planet that could be like ours. Okay.
Yeah,
And then she goes, then people are like, well, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. And she goes, okay, imagine a basketball in New York City. That's our sun. And there's a pea flying around that basketball. That's us. Then there's another basketball in San Diego and a pea flying around that basketball. That's the other planet we found. Can you imagine traveling that distance? Being that small? You can't. We wouldn't be able to do that
I
with what
think
we with the technology we have now, or
for
what we
sure,
know
man.
of. Right.
And I think some of that, this is gonna get a little weird, but I think,
Hey,
dude, I think from a 3D point of view, it's impossible. I feel like if we're gonna travel there, we have to like evolve ourselves to the point where we can like just get there like that, you know?
mm-hmm,
And
mm-hmm. That's not all weird as you think, because us as humans, the way we're built, and our life expectancy and that kind of thing, there's no way we could travel that in the conventional
right,
ways of travel that we know of. You
with
can't.
rockets and all that, yeah,
Yeah, yeah, with like a few liquid powered rocket. How can you carry so much? You can't carry enough. You know,
for sure.
that type of thing. The other thing that she said is to kind of grasp how big the universe is. Our galaxy, the Milky Way, is as big as a CD or a DVD, and the universe is the Earth. And I,
Exactly.
and I went,
Can't even wrap your mind around it.
no,
No, can't even wrap your mind around it.
no, that'd be like somebody goes, I'll just give you $2 billion or 200 billion right now. I, I don't, nothing, dude. I can't compare that. I have no idea what you're even talking about.
Right. What do you think about this whole like Mars rover
I think
exploration?
it's
Like,
awesome, dude.
dude, like there's some cool stuff going on, isn't there?
Isn't
Like
those pictures awesome?
they are, man. That I was looking at one earlier today, and I was just like, holy smokes, this is pretty wild. I was like, those look like pyramids over there in the distance. Like who knows?
Well,
But
didn't they say that at one time there was life?
I think so, yeah. And I've heard a lot of different theories about that. I've heard that there still is life on Mars, but there was like a war back in the day on the surface and with nuclear weapons, and they destroyed their planet like we're doing to ours. And now like the Martians are living inside like Mars.
Okay.
I totally expect like just one day, this rover's gonna be going along and it's gonna go down a tunnel and there's just gonna be aliens,
And
and it's
it's some dude going like this.
pretty much, man.
Now that would be cool.
That would be cool, man. That
Now
would be
wasn't
cool.
it not too long ago, it was this year, didn't the CIA have to
They had to release,
release
yeah,
all the
yeah. It was like the
UFO stuff, right?
Pentagon, yeah. And there's like the Navy just came out a couple of days ago and said they released photos of one. So I think there's like some kind of disclosure that's going to happen in the very near future as far as alien life goes, man. But I feel like people are already like, I'm gonna be honest with you, dude. If an alien pops up on the TV screen on the news, I'm not even gonna be surprised. I'm just gonna be like, like cool.
Joe Biden goes,
Yeah.
like what's that? Mission Impossible. He got a mask on.
Yeah.
No, I think too with so much sci-fi and like the media, the entertainment that we consume and what we
For sure.
looking at now, we're so desensitized to that stuff. If a transformer dropped on New York City and started walking around, nobody would run.
Dude,
they would hold up their phone and be like, "This is amazing."
You're absolutely right. That's the truth, man.
To me, I'd be like, "I'm the fuck out of here, dude."
Yeah, no doubt.
Speaking of comets and stuff, did you see Greenland?
I don't think. What about Greenland?
The movie Greenland with my boy there, Gerard Butler.
No, I don't think I did.
A comet hits the Earth, dude. Extinction level comet is going to hit the Earth, and he's fucking dealing with it.
Huh?
Check it out. It's a pretty intense movie.
Is it?
Yeah. It's pretty good. I enjoyed the hell out of it. It's well done. Again, with my experience in the production world, I really look at movies when I'm watching them. If I say they got a good production value, they're just done really well. Certain things you look at and I'm like, oh yeah, it's done really well. It's a good movie.
For sure. So are you like a movie buff then? You're like no.
I my favorite movies are Fast and Furious.
Oh yeah, dude, I love the Fast and Furious, except for the new one, the trip,
one.
Like, dude, the Fast and Furious saga is just turning into like a Transformers freaking, superhero.
Well, it was, I saw a billboard just the other day for Fast and Furious 9.
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. Yeah.
Okay. I got excited. I didn't see the trailer yet. But the thing is, I know what to expect from those.
Right.
So you go in, you know that you're going to hear stupid, corny one-liners from The Rock and everybody else. There's going to be crazy, unrealistic car chases.
Yep.
And all that stuff. But you know that going in, so there's no expectation.
Right.
I take my brain out, I set it down, and for 2 hours I go, that was fun. You know what I mean? It's for sure, dude. What do they call it? It's a escapism.
Right.
And that's why I use movies now. With even before my son was born, I didn't have shit for time. I work a full-time job. I spend time in the gym. I like playing poker. I do this podcast, which is basically a part-time job. I'm putting 15, 20 hours a week in this thing.
Right.
And that's not a complaint. I love it, dude.
For sure.
And like this right here, this is the whole reason I do it, to connect with people like you and we're just having fun and talking about all sorts of different shit. But now with my son being born, I don't have time, dude. It takes me 3 days to watch a movie.
Right.
But I do like I love going to the movies because the escapism and the experience and going
popcorn.
into the movie. Yeah, the popcorn and the big soda and the just big screen and everything.
Yeah, man, it's
over loud and it's
get away from your normal routine in life a little bit,
Yeah. What's your favorite genre of movie?
I like a lot of different kinds of movies. One I was thinking of, just because of this conversation we're having, is it's one of my all-time favorite movies, is Interstellar with Matthew McConaughey. Have you heard that?
That was the only problem. I got one problem with that.
Yeah, what's that?
They saved fucking Matt Damon in that movie.
Matt Damon. Bro. Oh, you're right. Yes, he do. Yeah.
I'm like, how come we're always saving Matt Damon from Earth or from space?
No doubt.
Great movie, dude.
Great movie. Yep. And The Martian, Matt Damon was in The Martian. That was a good one too. I like that one.
Did you read the book?
I did not. I did not.
If you have time, and I don't know your schedule, but I'm on the road a lot for my job, so I listen to podcasts and audiobooks.
Okay.
The Martian, the audiobook, amazing,
Really?
amazing. Top three audiobook for me, easy. Yep, well worth your time to.
Heck yeah, I'll have to check
And
that out.
you watching the movie doesn't like spoil anything listening to the book.
Right.
The guy that narrates it is great. The detail of stuff that they talk about, especially with you like in space stuff. Holy shit, dude. Well
Heck
worth
yeah,
it.
I'll have to check that out,
Yeah,
man.
jump on Audible or some of these free sites. It's an older book now, so you might be able to like get it from your library or something. But I have an Audible account because again, just the time that I use.
Right.
But, yep.
That's awesome. I'll definitely have to check that out.
Yep.
Start listening to that.
You into the Marvel movies as well?
No, not too much. I'm more of like a Star Wars kind of guy uh than Marvel. Like, I like I grew up on Star Wars
Star
and
Trek and all that too?
not Star Trek so much. No, I have nothing against, Trekkies or whatever, but just definitely lean more Star Wars
Star Wars.
growing up. Yeah.
All right, so I used to ask this question a lot on my show. If, well, not if, when the apocalypse happens, where do you think mankind would be? Do you remember? Did you watch uh, Ready Player Now? Ready
Yeah.
Player One.
Rare Player One. Yep.
Okay. And then, do you ever see that movie, The Postman, with Kevin Costner?
I don't think.
So, just real quick, the apocalypse happens and everybody ends up in hamlets and everybody's wearing drabby clothes, and then there's this one roving gang that goes and kills everybody, that type of thing. uh when the apocalypse happens, where do you think mankind will be? More of a Ready Player One with like technology and that type of thing, like Blade Runner is more apt to it. So Blade Runner, or like we're living in 1800 and everybody's in hamlets and little villages and shit.
That's a very interesting question because what kind of how would the apocalypse come about? I guess
That's
if
true,
it's a
right?
solar flare, that sets us back, that crashes the grid, then it's
Mhm.
I think honestly though, dude, it's gonna be more like Mad Max, dude. It's gonna be like, it's
I
gonna
think
be
so
like
too.
it's gonna be like
Yeah.
Mad Max for sure.
Well, and the thing is too, in the Postman.
Thunderdome.
Yep. Uh, in Postman, that everybody was trying to do their thing, but of course there's a group of people that are going around demanding everything from everybody, which makes the movie right.
Right.
Because mankind, just like everything, is a balance. You're probably all into that, right? You
Yep.
can't you everything can't be kumbaya and playing the guitar and everybody's happy. Then there's no balance.
Right.
You have to have good and evil, I believe.
For
That's
sure.
my, yeah. You have
Can't
to
have
have.
one without the other for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And
Just like shitty days and good days. If everything was a yay, I'm a 9 all day, get the fuck out of here.
yeah,
No, you're not.
for sure. You have your good ones and your bad ones.
Yeah.
But as we're going right now, I think it's more of like a Terminator, type.
Or the
Dude, I feel like it's more of like a Terminator situation that we're approaching just with AI and, transhumanism and all that stuff going on right now with, robots taking over the world.
so
But
that being said, I don't use Terminator, but close to the same thing. I, Robot with Will Smith.
oh, okay, yeah.
You remember that
I
movie?
do. I
Great
do.
movie. I love that
It's
movie.
been a while, but yeah.
I believe that technology will get to a point that it'll be corrupted by somebody, because us as humans, we corrupt everything and destroy everything. So it'll a corporation like an iRobot will get so big, and either the AI or a group of people will corrupt it, and then those said robots, like like in iRobot, everybody's got one in their house.
Right.
So how easy would that be for somebody to go, "Boop, boop, 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 boop,"
No doubt.
just took over everything.
Yep.
Yeah. That's a good, I like that, to spin that around and use
It's
Terminator and iRobot and Mad Max, of course, that's always
yeah, for sure. I haven't seen the newer one that came out. I like the old
the
school
Fury
one.
Road.
Yeah, yeah, I didn't watch that one. I like the old Mel Gibson version myself, but
Yep.
definitely, man.
Yep. What'd you think of Ready Player One?
That was good. That was interesting. And I don't know, man. That's definitely futuristic and like a possibility as well. Kind of, I think.
Yeah, they already have those multi-level, multi-directional treadmills, and they have these places. It's like a warehouse. So say you and I go to this company and it's a warehouse, and you put on VR glasses and a vest and you have a gun. And if you saw the warehouse during the day or with the lights on, just like looking at it with your regular eyes, it's just completely empty, except for like strings and railings to guide you. But once you put the VR on, you're like going through a jungle. And if there's a campfire right there, they have like something blowing heat on you. So as you
Interesting.
walk by the fire, you can feel the heat, or you walk by a waterfall, it's like misting you, so it's getting wet. And then, of course, it's got to be interactive, right? So, like zombies, kind of a staple thing, zombies run
Right.
around, and when they scratch you, like white flash real hard in your glasses, and then your vest vibrates, and that kind of thing. Or
Interesting.
like, yeah, like you're standing on a cliff and the wind's blowing and they got fans blowing on it. So like it's like multi sensory.
That's crazy. You
I'd
know,
try that in
thinking
a heart. I'd try that in a heartbeat.
thinking about that movie though, do you think like that technology is going to keep going that way to where, because people in that movie, they spent a lot of time in that world. Do you think that's going to like cause confusion in like humans, like what reality is like, kind of like, do you think that people will get so wrapped up and spend so much time in like that virtual world that it's going to become more real to them than like the real world they're in now? You know what I mean?
So my first thought to you on that is we're already doing it with social media.
For sure, dude.
So now people are already living in social media, putting up these fake lives and everything, and they'll sit in their bed eating bonbons and laying in their pajamas, but on social media they're posting pictures that they're in the Bahamas, and they got a
Right.
size 2 waist in a bikini, but they're fucking 400 pounds. So we're already fucking doing it.
Yeah,
But
true.
the thing is, yeah, but the thing is with like Ready Player One example, now you can physically interact with somebody kind of like we are now, but I would see you sitting in front of me.
Dude, that would be, my mind's like getting blown right now. Like that would be crazy.
Wouldn't that be crazy? Like in the corner of my apartment, I have a thing set up like that dude did in Ready Player One. He had a little thing set up in the van, with
Yeah.
his treadmill. So I got a thing set up in the corner of my apartment. I sit in my desk like this, and next thing I know, you're not on the screen, but you're like sitting at the desk across from me. So instead of talking to you like this, we're talking, and we
That'd
don't
be
need we don't need headphones or a mic. We're just like, hey, bro, what's up, bro? Hey,
that would be crazy, man.
no, it'll be it shit, man. It'll be here.
You
Yeah,
know,
it's going there.
for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, that stuff is. But look how far we've gone. Okay, space travel. The I can't remember the name of it. That landed on the moon. The actual pod or I'm thinking
Apollo,
pod.
or are you talking about Apollo? Not
Yeah, but what do they call the thing that actually lands on the
oh
moon?
man, that's a good question.
You
You
know
know,
what I mean? No.
did we even really land on the moon? I'm
Oh,
not gonna get I'm not gonna go there.
apparently there's a sign on the moon. I saw it on the internet.
Yeah.
So that means it's real. No, but even Apollo, like the whole spaceship,
Yeah.
everything landed on the moon, all that. My phone has more computing power and battery power than that whole fucking thing did.
Isn't that crazy to think about? Like, it
And
is.
that was what, 69,
Yeah,
68?
somewhere around there.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. So in what, 70 years? Did I
Isn't
do
that
my math right?
crazy? Your phone's freaking got more. It is,
Now,
man. It's wild.
imagine what it's going to be like in another 70 years.
Yep.
Not what, 20 years ago, even less than that, your 56-inch TV was so big and took so much power, it changed the temperature in your living room.
That's the that's the truth, man. It is,
Yeah. And now look, I'm looking at you with a better screen on a $1,200 MacBook Air that I can carry around and watch and get internet pretty much anywhere and
for sure.
hotspot it on my phone if there's no Wi-Fi. Fucking nuts, dude. So imagine what another 70 years is going to look like. It's going to be
It's gonna be
iRobot
it is, man. The world we grew. I don't know how old you are, but you know
40. I keep saying I'm 42, but I'm 46.
so you're a little bit older than me, but
Yeah.
even still, the world I grew up in, it don't exist anymore. It just doesn't exist anymore, dude.
Yeah, but the thing too is the world that your parents grew up in doesn't exist anymore, right? It's always evolving,
Right.
right? I mean, and that's, oh man, I got to go in a way different direction with aliens, dude.
Go ahead.
Talk about evolving. You watch Ancient Aliens?
Yeah.
I love it, dude.
Yeah, I do too, man.
I love it. So there's part of that thinks, and it really got me thinking, was like, how did we evolve so fast? How did our brain, within a couple 100,000 years, get so big? Now we can think and do what we do, and we're keep evolving. Were we? Was there something that, or somebody, or something that came down and like interfered and
That's
made
my personal
hybrid?
belief. That's
I do
that's
too.
my personal belief that we are genetically modified from aliens, dude. I believe that. Like that's just kind of.
What? You don't believe in creation?
I mean,
You
I
don't
do,
believe
but
that there's a dude in the sky that made everything that we know of?
it's a tricky one, man. That's a tricky conversation.
Yeah, yeah.
But
That some people get pretty
yeah, for sure, dude.
defensive.
Yeah, for sure.
No,
But
I believe we came out of the mud and we have, we're predators, right? We have canine teeth, our eyes are close together. We had a tail at one point, but we evolved to a certain point. But there has to be somewhere in our history a chunk that just made us evolve really quick, and
yeah,
I
I know
believe
you.
something happened.
Yeah, for sure, dude. Kind of like the Bitcoin chart where it goes like this and then it just goes like that. You know what I mean? It's somewhere in our evolution. You know what I mean? We
Yeah,
jump from
humans.
yeah, for sure.
Oh man,
Great stuff.
yeah. No, I enjoy the universe. No pun intended. It's so big, man.
Yeah.
You could talk about all sorts of crazy things, like
Oh, dude, yeah, I know,
all
man.
in that show I was watching, the universe. They were saying like, for us to get somewhere, sure, Mars is the closest one, and then they were showing the orbit, how Mars and the Earth orbit the sun, and like you have to time it right
Hmm.
to make the shortest trip. That kind of stuff just fascinates me. Like
It
somebody
does.
figured that shit out. Somebody like studied it and figured it out, and they're like, okay, you can't live on Saturn, you can't live on Jupiter, but look at all these moons.
Yep.
Could we habitate one of these moons? And I'm like, holy shit, I didn't even think of that. It
Right.
just makes it just opens your mind that there's so
It
much
really
out there.
does, man.
Yeah.
It really
Yeah.
does. I think Pluto is probably one of the most fascinating planets.
The ice planet.
Yeah, because it has like its own orbit. It's just like it spins in a circle around nothing while it's spinning around the freaking sun.
Yeah, yeah.
It's wild. Pluto's like its own little freaking.
Yeah, like with gravity and how one planet pushes us away because of the gravity, but then the sun pushes us this way, and
Dude, the one thing
it just
I didn't understand was like these comets, like how do they come back? You know what I mean? And like I guess I don't understand fully. Like you read an article about these comets, and it says like it won't return for another 30,000 years. Well, what do you mean? I don't know what you're talking about. Like
that holy shit, dude! I never thought of that.
you're like, how do you mean it's coming back around? Like, okay, this is I don't fully understand that.
Wow, that's a really good point. I didn't even think of that because
You know what I mean?
yeah, no, because they say that
Like the Halley's Comet, for example, it comes back around every couple thousand years or something like that. I don't know. But throughout history, especially when it comes back through, they can see like different wars and stuff like that.
it's there.
These civilization, like medieval times, they use it as a sign that they're gonna, I don't know.
They're
It's
going to
fun.
win and they're going to
Yeah,
kill
dude.
everybody.
Yeah.
So how does that get through the universe
I don't know,
and
dude.
not get thrown off course or driven somewhere else by another planet's gravity or another sun's gravity?
Hmm. I don't know. And something else I've thought about too, it's like you hear like stars burn out and we'll see their brightness for, you know, however far away they are.
Right.
You'll see they're still burning when really they burned out. But what amazes me throughout the course of time is none of like the major ones, like the zodiac ones, none of those stars that have ever burned out. Like those stars have been in place of the zodiac since ancient times, since the beginning of time. Like what
Yeah,
would
but
happen if like one of the stars in the zodiac burned out? It wouldn't be a complete zodiac anymore.
the thing is though, when you say beginning of time, time is relevant,
True.
right? So our history is what? Let's just for easy speak, it's 500,000 years old, right? Where we're actually going, hey, look, there's a comet there, there's a
Right.
star there. But what's 500,000 years in the life of our sun? Nothing,
Nothing.
right? So if that star in the zodiac is 10 billion years old, what's really 500,000 years? I mean, like, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
I get where you're saying about like, well, how come that one's burning out and that one's not? But we ain't been around very long,
Right. True.
you know?
Yeah.
So that's what I think about uh, with that, with stars and planets. In that show, they're like this planet. We found this planet circling a star, and eventually the star is going to suck it in and destroy it. But that won't happen for 4.5 billion years.
Right. What the heck?
Okay, I guess I won't be around to see that happen. You know,
Yeah.
but yeah, that's just
That's
you
interesting
know,
to think about. I was talking to a friend last night about time a little bit, and she was telling me like time's linear, and I was like, what does that mean? And, we were talking about like past lives and things like that, and kind of past life regressions. You can kind of remember through hypnosis and meditation. You
mhm.
can remember like past lives. But I was like, if time's linear, does that mean that I would have past lives that I consider now or in the future? And she's like, yeah, theoretically. I was like, interesting.
Whoa.
But because time, like you said, it's a man-made construct. Same thing with all
Mhm.
physics. All physics they're theories, and they're just constructs that we've created to keep us confined in this box that we call reality. That's
Mhm.
all it is. Without physics, what the heck is reality? Really. So
Yeah, I mean, and watching and having an interest in space and the universe, it opens you up and you're looking at that
it
to
does.
where you're saying, like you said, they said, okay, time is this, the sundial is this. And well, speaking of the sundial, in the show, before the sundial, people just, the guy goes, you ate when you were hungry. You got up when the sun got up, and you went to bed when it went down. And then they create the sundial. And that
Right.
was a form of manipulation. Okay, it's 12 o'clock, you need to eat.
Right.
So that's going to what you were saying about putting it in the box.
For sure.
You know, what time is just,
It's
damn,
it's
man,
an
man.
illusion.
Ah,
It's
man,
an
things have,
illusion.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
perfect example is, time zones and, the whole,
And spring forward and spring
yeah,
back
yeah,
or fall
dude,
back and all
exactly.
that.
What a bunch of crap that is,
I don't
unbelievable.
understand. Well, that's probably, I believe that we can go deeper into this, but I believe that's more of like e-commerce and for that type of thing more than, I guess that's what I believe.
Getting robbed of our hour of sleep before we have to.
Well, that, no, I think it started, this, again, this is just my belief, is it started back whenever it did, because no, let's spin this around because now we can get more hours of the day and I can charge you more. You know what I mean? That's
Right.
I'm
For sure.
super dumbing it down because again, we could talk on that for hours.
For sure. No, I know.
But I think that was more of a manipulation, kind of like the sundial and time
For
and all
sure. What
that.
isn't though, really? So
Yeah, yeah.
when did you start getting into like, when did you kind of start getting into like, all right, man, there's a lot more going on in the universe than, what everybody's kind of talking about, not talking about.
Ooh.
Was this like, has this been a lifelong thing, or has it been more of a, recent, like,
No, more of a lifelong. I used to have a recurring nightmare every Christmas Eve.
really?
Yeah, for probably 5, 6 years when I was younger, that I didn't know what happened to you when you die. And when I was that young, people were like, they put you in a box and they put you in the ground.
Hmm.
Uh, so I thought I got put in a box and I get put in the ground and I was awake the whole time, like just sitting there like, okay, I guess this is what I'm doing now. I didn't know any different. And then I just started thinking and exploring and going to the library and,
Yeah.
there's no internet and all that bullshit back then.
Right.
And just looking at things that are bigger than me. You're really a grain of sand in this whole thing, dude.
Knowledge is infinite of what's going on. Yeah.
Exactly. And I got a super curious mind about anything. I'll talk about any subject, especially if it's something I'm interested in.
Right.
But I like to talk to people that have interests that I don't, just because
Sure.
you know what you know.
Yeah, for sure.
You don't know what
You don't want to constrain
know.
yourself to a certain, yeah, dude.
It's like somebody that's living in the same town for 3 generations
Right.
and they go on a Disney cruise once a year. God, dude, come on, man. The world's
Yeah.
a big place.
It is, man.
Go check it out, man. And
Have you done a lot of traveling, or?
love traveling. That's well, we love traveling. My wife is we like experiences.
Yeah.
We
I'd
live
love to
pretty,
travel some more.
yeah, we live pretty minimum. We don't have a lot of shit.
Yeah.
I don't want a lot of shit.
Yeah.
We like to go see things and just experience new places and look at things and go, oh, that's pretty cool. Okay, next.
Yeah.
When we got off our cruise, the cruise director was like, did you have a good time? Oh man, this was amazing. Awesome experience. He's like, you coming back? Nope. She was like,
oh no.
and I look at her and I go, I'll tell everybody how great this thing is, because it is.
Yeah.
It was a cool experience. But the world's a big place. If I got another week to do something, we'll go do something different.
Do something different. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
For sure.
We're down in we go down to Pennsylvania, exploring and stuff. We go down to Pine Barrens. We use a service called Hip Camp. Do you like camping? And
I do, man. I love camping.
oh, dude, I should become a spokesperson for this. Fuck, I say it all the time on my show. So Airbnb.
Yeah.
Same concept, but it's for people that own like campers and buses that they turned into campers.
Okay. Yeah.
And tree houses. Like our last trip, we stayed in a tree house, like a legit tree house.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Dude, that's awesome.
So you go on to Hip Camp, even right in your area, dude. Look around your area. It's an experiment. Go to your territory on Hip Camp, because I got a little map.
Yeah.
And then on the side, you can click through and be like a yurt, a campsite, a tent, a cabin. You can click.
So
right?
it's people's property basically that you can.
It's just like Airbnb, but they have a cabin, and now they fixed it up and they rent it to people.
Okay, all right.
So go around your like your hometown, or put like a 25-mile radius around you,
Yeah.
and just select treehouse.
Okay.
And all of a sudden, these little things, like little pins, drop all over your place, and you're
That's
like,
awesome,
"Holy
dude.
shit! Somebody owns a treehouse. You can go stay in it."
That's. I'm gonna have to check that out
Dude,
for
100.
sure.
Dude, it's awesome. We love it.
That's
We love
that's
it.
that's
Yep.
great.
Yep.
I kind of like to do like dispersed camping, which is
First.
dispersed camping. Yeah, dispersed camping. And that's basically where you just because I have a dog and she's getting older, you know what I mean? But I like to take her out and go places where there aren't a whole lot of people. So yeah, man, dispersed camping. It's just,
Dude,
find a random spot and just pitch a tent and
good.
go for it.
Check out Hip Camp, because the
I'll
thing
check
is,
that out.
it'll take you to places you didn't know,
Right.
and that's why we like it, because we'll just pick something. And I usually leave this to my wife, because she loves doing it. She has fun doing it. Just we were like, Shenandoah Valley down south. Bloop, 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 bloop. Yeah, let's go here, here, and here. Okay, that's where we're going.
That's awesome.
Yeah, the phrase I use is, if you stay under your bed long enough, it's going to fall on you. Come on, man, get out and do things. And
Dude,
us as humans, we're meant to move around and pick
for
things
sure.
up and walk and
Experience, different cultures and things like that. I'm definitely
100%.
looking forward to doing some more exploring myself here. It's just a kind of a financial thing right now, just can only go so far. And
Yeah.
you know
Hip
also I have like
camp.
this fear that like my vehicle is going to break down and I'm
Yeah,
totally
that's
screwed.
not a good thing. Yeah, but that's dude. You could use that as part of the adventure.
True.
They like they broke down. Okay, now what do I do?
Yeah,
Then you end up on one of these true crime podcasts because you disappeared, and
yeah.
some podcaster's going to come. Some podcaster's going to come and try to solve your murder.
No doubt, dude. That's hilarious.
Dude, I can't believe how much that genre has exploded.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I'm a fan. I'm a true crime fan. I am.
You know what it is it's Netflix, dude. Literally, there's like 20 shows on there, dude, that are just true crime. Freaking. I watched the OJ Simpson one that was on there. There was a couple on there I watched. There was the one in Skid Row. There was like a hotel, like some mysterious. I can't remember what it was called.
The little Chinese lady disappeared or whatever.
Disappeared, and like they had the elevator video, dude. Did you see that?
That's crazy, dude.
Dude, did you see the elevator? Dude, it was wild, man. It gave me chills like watching. I was like, this is freaking me out, dude.
Yeah, it looked like I was completely sold that somebody was after her.
I was too.
The way she was acting, she was like looking around, and I guess she was just a little.
It could be. Who knows, though, man?
Yeah. How do you end up in a water tank?
Yeah.
Come on. Unless somebody.
Sad story for sure.
It
but
is.
Actually,
what's even. It pisses me off really bad in that documentary, what they did to that heavy metal dude, where they blamed him for the murder, and all of a sudden all social media cancel culture jumped on him and just destroyed him.
Wow.
You remember that?
No, I don't. Maybe I didn't make it that far in the.
Yeah, so some dude that makes like super dark metal about blood and murder and all that, and he had to paint, and he did. That's his art, right? Yeah, cool, whatever, dude.
Right.
And he happened to be there when she disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
So then all these online not podcasters, but the online people were trying to figure out the murder, so they blamed it on him.
Keyboard warriors, yeah.
Yeah, and they just jumped on all his shit and got all his stuff canceled, and
that's crazy.
He ended up being crazy, and it's like, and of course he was cleared, but then he's done still. He can't recover from that.
Yep.
And the keyboard warriors are next on to the next thing.
Yep.
It's like
that
totally got my blood boiling.
Yeah.
There's a dude just doing his thing, man. And
just destroyed his whole freaking career.
Because he's doing something different, something that you don't approve of. Just because you don't do it or don't like it, don't mean it's wrong.
Right, dude.
That got me.
Yeah.
What if I tell you your Hello Kitty bag's a fucking piece of shit? Right? Anyway, we can
Yeah,
stay away
dude.
from that.
For sure, dude. For sure, man.
Uh, no, that's pretty cool, dude. So what's your objective with this? Just have people come on and hang
yeah,
out and bullshitting and take it for what it is and go from
yeah,
there?
man. It's a little bit of everything, you know. Just have people come on, random conversations with Kenny, and also the YouTube channel is, you know, I'll have nights where I got something on my mind. I want to talk about it. You know, like the other night I talked about courage a little bit. And if I got something on my mind, I'll just post it on the YouTube channel. But as far as the podcast itself goes, I just kind of do guests like you and I here on the show, and just see where it goes, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
So I got a couple guests lined up for next week. I'm pretty excited about, and
That's cool.
yeah, man,
Good
it's
for
just
you, man.
yeah, it's kind of like you said in the beginning, just kind of, you know, hey, I'm just gonna do this and try it and see what happens. You know,
Yeah,
why not?
it's more on my side. It's more for me, to
Exactly.
come up with this kind of thing. Meet guys like you and other people like yourself
Mm-hmm.
that I would have never connected with,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then I imagine, I'll jump on your Instagram and your Facebook and all that, or send me the links,
Yeah, well,
and I'll jump on there. And I'll follow you and I'll kick and
cool,
then
man.
obviously tag me when all this goes up, and then I'll
Yep,
put it on my stuff.
for sure.
Uh, and then I'll throw you a line when my new merch is up. Jump on there and then I'll swap some stuff with you. That'd be cool.
Heck yeah, man. I would
Yeah.
totally be down with that. So
Yeah.
for people out there listening, do you want to just tell them real quick where, because I'm gonna post all your links in the description of the video too, but your website, you know, your
Yeah.
podcast, all that good stuff.
My little elevator pitch, they used to call it.
Yeah, do your elevator pitch.
Uh, yeah, Walt's Kitchen Table. And the reason I brought it up, or the reason I named it Walt's Kitchen Table, me growing up, probably just like everybody else, uh, if I came over to your house physically, where do you think we would end up having this conversation?
At the kitchen table.
At the kitchen table. And that's the whole reason I named it that way.
Heck yeah, man. That's awesome.
I, growing up, the way I say it, the way I have it broken down is I've had the greatest conversations, learned life lessons, laughed, cried, told stories, heard great stories, all that shit at the kitchen table. My mom used to hold court at the kitchen table. Anything that needed to happen, sit at the table. And friends and family would come over, standing room only in the kitchen.
Yep.
Everything over every other room was completely empty. Everybody's just jammed in the kitchen, right? So that's where the name came from.
I
Because
love
I just
it.
want everybody to come over, just to fucking hang out and have a conversation,
Heck
right?
yeah, man. I love it.
And my tagline is everybody you meet knows something you don't. Because like I learned a ton of stuff from you tonight that I didn't know. It got me thinking. And that's what I want to do. I have a unquenchable thirst for knowledge, and I'm super curious about everything. So that's where I've driven this, and then like my merch store, sure, proceeds. I do proceeds help like local organizations,
I
and
love
then
that.
obviously help pay for cost of running this thing. And but the Waltisms, those are phrases and sayings that I live by, dude. Every day, like motion is lotion. We just need to get out and move around, dude. Your body, you hurt, your back hurts because you ain't fucking moving.
Dude, that's the truth, man.
Yeah, your knee hurts. Why don't you get up and walk around a little bit?
Yeah.
You know?
For sure.
And I
Yep.
have a whole story. I have a whole story about that, and you can see it on the site because I was paralyzed for over a week.
Really?
Yeah, I have a fake back. So I have a whole story, and that's where motion lotion comes from. So what I do, a little longer term, for motion is lotion.
Sorry about that.
That's all right. I want to grow the motion is lotion brand to where the proceeds help local people that are,
Dude, that's freaking awesome. That's,
yeah, that need help, like physical help, like maybe amputees that are trying to raise money for limbs and,
yeah.
that kind of thing.
Oh yeah, dude.
That's the long-term vision of
I
that.
love it.
And then the shit ain't gonna lift itself because it ain't. If you ever work out with me, I work out solo. I don't work out with anybody. But if you're in the gym with me, you just do a killer set, and I walk by, I'll look at it and look at you, and I still have my headphones on. I'll be like, shit ain't gonna lift itself, dude. What fucking for? And then that evolved into, you want to, like you, dude, you want to get your podcast stuff up and running and doing what you're doing. It ain't gonna do itself.
That's right.
Who's gonna do that? You are. So shit ain't gonna lift itself. And then the other one is don't act cool, be cool. I've been saying that for as long as I can remember.
I like that, man.
Yeah, don't act so. Just be yourself, man.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, just be cool. That's it. If somebody don't like you, fuck them. It's their loss. So just don't act cool, be cool. Obviously,
sure.
I have everyone you meet knows something you don't. I have that on merch. So there's just some things going on with that. And check out my YouTube. As you said, put the links in. I got a YouTube channel, trying to build that up, and I'm on every platform you can imagine. I just got on Pandora, so I was happy with that. That took 9 months, so that was pretty cool to get that.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's on YouTube. I'm putting videos on like this because of the pandemic. I was getting to, you couldn't physically come over.
Mm-hmm.
I did go to some places, but with this, I got a little more video on my YouTube. But most of them are just the graphics,
Right.
The artwork, and then it just stays up the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then my Instagram and Facebook and all that, you can put those links in.
Heck yeah. I'm gonna leave all that in the description, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it, dude. Yeah, it's super fun, and
it is, dude. It really is. It's been a new way to kind of rediscover myself too, doing all this, is because I've been introverted most of my life and just kind of, have a hard time conversating with people and starting conversations and keeping them going. So this has kind of been a way to do that. And, so far so good, dude. I'm having a lot of fun with it. So
I'm happy you reached out, and I love to see people do this. Like, how many episodes you got so far?
This will be number 27, I think.
Good for you, dude.
26,
nice
27.
work, man.
So
man, you're just ripping them out then, huh?
Yeah, I try to do like at least one a week,
Yeah, I post something once a week, but a full length every other week, and then I do an off the cuff between where it's just me spitting whatever's on my mind,
right?
No notes or anything in between, just to have content out.
Heck yeah. Yep.
And I just posted my 50th full length episode. I think I got
Awesome.
like 72 or 74 total episodes.
Okay, sweet, man.
But,
I'm gonna follow you on Spotify and
cool.
subscribe to you on YouTube, dude, and all that good stuff.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah,
you're a cool dude, man.
Thanks, dude. Yeah, I truly enjoyed our conversation, and I know we'll stay connected, especially especially geographically. And then once we're up and running, unless you see something right now in my merch store, please tell me, and I'll swap with you. But I just got some different designs coming down.
Heck yeah, dude. I'll keep my eyes peeled for them. And dude, I'd love that, man. That'd be cool, man. So, and maybe we can do another show again, if
oh, absolutely. Well, I'll have you on my show.
Absolutely, dude.
Yeah,
I would love that.
Around. Yeah.
Heck yeah.
I got some, because with the birth of my son, when my wife was pregnant,
mm-hmm.
I banked a ton of shows just so that I could spend as much time possible with, my family and still keep this thing going. And I didn't post anything for 3 weeks, almost 4 weeks, like episodes. So I didn't post 2 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So there was this gap. I lost over half my listeners.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So I'm trying. Yeah, I was shocked because I was going to physically take like a month and not fucking do anything.
Right.
But I was like, I might as well just throw it in the trash, because then after that, I mean, I'd have to start digging from. After I saw how quickly I lost, I don't have a ton, right? I get probably, I think when I looked last, I get like 1,000 or between 1,000 and 1,500 downloads a month.
That's a lot. That's good, man. That's
thanks.
That's
real
real
when
good.
you lose half of that, you're like,
yeah. What the heck happened?
So I'm trying to build it back up. So, doing that. And
And I don't know if you're aware or not that or use OBS Studio, but I did a show the other day with a guy and I was unable to record it, but I wanted to do like a cross, like he has his own podcast and I was doing one, but I was unable to record any of it. But when he ended up putting it up on YouTube, I was able to run OBS Studio and record the whole thing and then save it. And then I ran it through my video editor, added my intro to it.
Okay.
And just, I didn't know if you're aware of that or not, because you know what I mean? That's a
Yeah.
avenue you
No,
could be
what I was going to get with some people collaborating like that
yeah.
is to actually take one of your episodes and put it in my RSS feed, not like this one.
Right.
I mean, you. So say you have another one that you really like,
Mm-hmm.
then you give me that clip, and then I just put that whole episode in my RSS feed. So now when people jump on my thing, they see your show, and then I do a little intro, say, "Hey man, I really dig this show. Maybe you might want to check it out."
Heck yeah,
and
dude.
and then they listen to it, and then I would send you one, and you do the same thing. It's pretty brave to do that because now you're giving somebody
Mm-hmm.
that audience, which I'm cool with, man. I give shit away all the time.
Yeah, same here.
If I can do that for you and you gain a bunch of audience, hell yeah, bud. Good
Heck
for
yeah,
you.
same here, man.
So
I don't have a
keep
huge following, but there's a few out there that
yeah. So keep that in mind, and I'm totally open for that.
Okay.
So as you get an episode that maybe you're like, this was an epic episode and this is a lot of fun. Hey man, can you throw this in your feed? And then
Heck yeah, I
might
appreciate
get,
that.
and then I'll do one with you. That would be a cool experiment just to see what happens,
Oh yeah, I'd like to
then-
do that.
Okay. All right. We'll keep that. We'll keep communicating.
Heck yeah.
via-
When I get one of your shirts, man, I'm gonna do I'll do a photo shoot with it, dude, and tag you in it on.
I'll do the same because I had another buddy's shirt on in one of my episodes, and I was like, "Woo!"
That's
But
awesome.
with this one, I had to wear mine. Got to rock your gear, right?
Yeah, for sure, dude. For sure.
Yep. Yeah. Let's keep in touch. But I'm gonna check in with my family, do my thing.
Yep.
I appreciate you reaching out, dude.
Absolutely, man. I had a lot of fun. It was a good time, dude. And I look
Yeah.
forward to having you back on shore, coming on your show.
Yeah, you're definitely come on, man. We'll communicate offline about all that stuff.
All right, cool, man.
All right, buddy.
Yep. You have a good night, man. We'll see you.
Talk to you.